Spousal benefits. Again, we'll cover these in a traditional sense. Had many questions tonight, earlier on, that people are here to how to figure out ways to coordinate these spousal benefits. And again, I'll go through this and feel free to ask questions when we get towards the end here. So first of all, the spousal benefit equals half the primary worker's PIA if started at full retirement age, 35% if started at age 62. So it's 35% of the PIA. So there's, again, if you start your spousal benefit, there's an early reduction factor if taking it early. Example, John's PIA is $2,000 a month, Jane's is $800 a month. That's her own benefit. If Jane applies at full retirement age, her benefit will be $1,000 a month, which is 50% of John's PIA. Okay, so that 50%, $1,000 a month, is better than her $800 a month, right? Makes sense? Let's look at the rules. Rules. First of all, primary worker must have filed for benefits but can suspend to build delayed credits if over full retirement age. And so what they're referring to here, first off, is if you want to draw your spousal benefit, the primary worker, or the worker's benefit that you're drawing off of, needs to apply for his benefit first. You can't get your spousal benefits if your spouse hasn't started to apply for theirs or has not applied for theirs. Okay? Not available. When they do apply for theirs, then you're eligible for the spousal. Ralph.
That's what, okay, that was my question. So if I retire first and she retires later, and hers is bigger than mine, when she does retire, then I can use that.
Correct. Yeah. So in Ralph's example, he's retired, he's drawing his benefit, and when his wife retires, at that point in time, he can look and say, is my benefit better than half of my spousal benefit? In the case when your wife applies for her benefit, then you'll be able to look at it and say, okay, I'm going to go for the spousal instead of my own benefit, whichever one's greater. Now, spouse must be at least 62 for reduced benefit or 66 for the full benefit amount, and no delayed credits on spousal benefits after age 66. So do you remember that earlier slide? If you're 66 and you're delaying and you're getting that 8% credit each year, that doesn't help the spousal credit. That doesn't help the spousal benefit. There's no 8% bump in that 50% amount. Okay, so the PIA number is what you're using, no 8% credit on that amount. Are there any, do you have to be married to collect spousal benefits? Question, do you have to be married to collect spousal? Yes.
I don't have an answer to that.
Okay. But you have a question.
I'm back to this, the top slide on page 17, it talks about spousal benefits, it says 35% and 62%.
Yes.
62 years and 62.
Yes.
And 50% as year 66, say, if the FRA. Would that go up proportionally, or is it an either or?
Okay. The question that I'm getting is on the spousal benefits, if your spouse is under age 65, under full retirement age, under age 66, I should say. In my example, I said they get 35% of the PIA number. So if the PIA is $2,000 per month, and we have a 62-year-old spouse that's applying for spousal benefits, how much would she get? 35% of $2,000, right? Yeah, so $700 per month. Now, if she applies at age 63, you can find what the reduction factor is by looking in this information in the handouts. So it is in here. It's in this brochure right here.
So presumably
It goes up a little bit every year. That's correct. Yeah, so there is a jump, each year, the longer you delay for those spousal benefits. But again, if you start taking your own benefit early, it's a permanent reduction. If you start taking the spousal benefit early, it's a permanent reduction. So again, it's an important decision. Yes?
Okay, so if you start taking your own benefit early at age 62, and then say a few years down the road your spouse retires, then you go over to that once his know, once your spouse starts taking his, can you roll over to that if it's more than yours?
Yeah, yep. So the question is, if, let's say you start to draw your benefit at age 62, and your spouse is not retired yet, and then when your spouse does retire, can you go over to the spousal benefit? The answer is yes. So what will happen is the Social Security Administration, once your spouse retires, then you'll have the choice, either or. But it's, what they'll do is they'll take your benefit and then they take the spousal benefit at their early reduction factor, and there's a formula, and then that's what you get. So there still is a penalty because you did start to draw your benefit sooner. Prior to age 66, full retirement age, let me throw this example out there for you. If, let's say you have two spouses that are retiring and they're both age 64. So if you're 64 and you go to Social Security and apply, what will happen is they're going to default you to the best benefit possible. So they're going to give you your own benefit or half of your spouse's PIA, whichever is greater. So you don't have a choice of your benefit or your spousal benefit. They'll just automatically default you to whatever is best for your situation. No choice. We'll talk about at age 66 how you're going to have some choices that you can actually make and a lot more flexibility. Yes, question?